السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Uh, with you, Mr. Ahmad Ali, science teacher in Rima International School. Now I explain a new lesson, chapter 19, lesson 1. What are the characteristics of Earth, Earth, Sun, and Moon? The first, our sun. Our sun, Earth's sun, is a star, like the star you see in the night sky. The sun seems to be very large because it much closer to the Earth than other stars. So why you see the sun is big than other stars? Because the sun is very closer to the Earth than the other stars. The sun is made of hot gases called plasma. So what is the plasma? Plasma is hot gases that found in the sun. The plasma is so hot that it glows. It is very hot gases, so it is glows and giving us the light and the heat. Inside the sun, heavy core, like the Earth. Earth has inside the Earth. We has core also inside the sun. It has a core with extremely hot temperature. The surface of the sun about 6 million degrees centigrade or 6 million Celsius. Also, the core is about 15 million. 15 million, its core, the core of the sun about 15 million degrees centigrade or 15 million Celsius. The particles in the core react with each other and release energy. In 1 second, about 6 tons of hydrogen react together to release about 400 4 ton from helium, and this is the difference between two masses. It is giving us the energy and light. Some of this energy provides Earth with light and heat. The sunlight and heat are needed for life on Earth. The sun doesn't have any solid surface. The core is surrounded by plasma, lobes of gases called brightness. Brightness layer spread out of the sun. You see sun like this. Sun looks calm, but it is scientists by using telescope saw a lot of activity. This is the reaction with hydrogen together to form helium. It is like a nuclear bomb, a huge nuclear bomb. This is inside the sun. Eruption of gases called solar flares sometimes you can see on the sun. Energy from the solar flare can react the earth, reach the earth. This causes errors. Errors it means بالعربي الشفق. We see before Maghrib or before after Fajr. Which are beautiful lights display. Now we talk about the Earth's moon. Why I tell you that Earth's moon? Because other planets has moons. So the Earth has one moon, and other planets has maybe 2 or 4. As as it is moves around, revolve around these planets. You may think that shiny like, you may think that the moon is like the sunshine, but it doesn't. It doesn't shiny. The moon has not light of its own. Sunlight reflect. The moon makes reflect to the sunlight, to the earth. The sunlight reflects off the moon's surface, which is why it is seen to be shining. Why you see the moon shining? Because it is reflect the sunlight. The moon's surface is like a giant rock like this. This is giant rock. It has holes like this and a mountain like this. This is the moon, the surface of the moon. It also has almost no atmosphere. No atmosphere in the moon because so it is very hot in the day and in the night is very cold. The moon rotates on its axis, also revolve around the earth. The same idea, a side of the moon always see on the earth. This is my question is our every time we ask ourselves why I see the same side of the moon always see because the time of one rotation, the time of one rotation and one revolution of the moon are both about 28 Earth days. Each time the moon revolves around Earth to it also rotates one time. This is the surface of the moon, no atmosphere, and this is causes what happened. This is causes is very hot during the day and is very cold at the night. الفيسز بتاعت of the moon, the faces of the moon, the faces of the moon are different shape the moon seemed to have. The shape change because the size of the light part we can see from Earth shine. The faces depend on the position of the sun, Earth, and the moon. We have many faces to the moon. The new moon, the number one, the new moon is dark. We can't see in the first in Arabic month. It is dark. The first it becomes dark. This is the first face to the moon. This when unlighted side of the moon faces the earth. After new moon, the moon begins to grow large or wax. The moon waxing. This is the moon waxing when you can see more of each night. This is increases daily. This is the new moon, the first of the Arabic month, so become waxing like this, so increase the light that reflected to the sun to the earth. First quarter. This is first quarters. What's the meaning of first quarters? But this is half moon. This is it meaning when the moon revolve around the earth. This is taken quarter of its revolution. Quarter of its revolution around the earth. So we called it first quarter. Waxing globus وبعد كده after that full moon وبعدين waxing globus also another direction and last quarter the last quarter when it is near to finish one circle about around the earth, so the decrease also waxing crescents وبعدين a new moon. This is the phases of the moon. Now, a full moon is when the while moon is lighted. All moon is lighted. After full moon, while the moon begins to grow smaller or wane. The moon is waning when you can see less of it each night. The moon wanes until there is no moon. The cycle then starts over. The cycle moon phases occurs about every 28 days. Now we talking about how scientists try to take in information about the moon by looking at the first and using a microscope, so on, until in 1959, Russian scientists tried to send an rock to spacecraft to the moon. Some of them is not successful, but the first one is the first rock we sent a spacecraft sent to the moon reached in 1959 unmanned without using a man inside. This is, I think, this is they put in this spacecraft a monkey. The Soviet spacecraft Luna 2. Luna 1 is unsuccessful. The first one successful, called Luna 2, landed on the moon. After 10 years, in 1969, two American instrumentists were the first human to land on the moon. Unsuccessful trip before 11. And we have unsuccessful 10 unsuccessful trip to try to land it on the moon, but it is not successful. The first successful one called Apollo 11 instruments down Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. Five more spacecraft landed after on the moon after Apollo 11. Scientists study the information collected from the moon to learn more about moon, Earth, and solar system. But by studying the moon, scientists hope to determine the age of the moon and the Earth. Thank you. See you again. If you have anything, ask to me. Assalamu alaikum.